Good morning, students. We have studied the methods to calculate national income. Now this is our turn to move forward for the exercise. In the book you have been given all type of exercise. We should go through all these type of questions can be asked in your exams. True, false, choose the correct answer, fill in the blanks, match the table, answer with reason, then true, false with reason. We should go through all these short answers. All these type of questions from this unit can be asked in exam. Now we'll move forward for the most important part that has been allotted 6 marks in your exam paper. That is the numerical related to this chapter. One question is compulsorily asked from this chapter, that is for 6 marks, a numerical question. So you should practice these numerical questions very hard so that that can be helpful for you in your exam. We have solved the 9th question. Now this is our turn for the 10th question, that is given here on page number 110. The question is, from the following data relating to a firm, calculate its net value added at factor cost. Now from this question, first we understood that it is a question of value added method. Okay, so what is asked here? It is asked to calculate net value added at factor cost. It is whatever is given here in the book, we have written there net. So we have written N for net, then value, V for value, added, A for added, factor, F for factor, cost, C for cost. Net value added at factor cost. Now in our known aggregate, if we want to translate it or we want to understand it, that what is asked here, so that is net value added, it means production. Okay, now tell me, or you try to understand that what production we can calculate. Can we calculate production done in other countries? No. We can calculate production that is done in our country. So that is domestic. So NDPFC, it is asked here as if we talk about the aggregates that we know. In other words, it is called NVAFC. So we move for the value added method. The formula for value added method is GVAMP, gross value added at market price. Why? Because whatever the sales is given to us, or the intermediate cost is given to us, that is always given on market price. So what we calculate production is there on the market price. GVAMP is equal to value of production minus intermediate cost. Now if we see here in the question, value of production, it is not given here, so we need to calculate the value of production. If we see for the intermediate cost, that is intermediate purchase is given here 500. One import of raw material is given here, but import of raw material is calculated as a part of intermediate purchase, so we will not count it separately. So intermediate purchase is given here 500. It is also import is already included in intermediate purchase. So that is 500. So we have written 500 here. Now we calculate value of production. How? Value of production is equal to sales plus delta stock, change in stock. Change in stock is closing stock minus opening stock. Now we see what has been given here in the question. Sales is here 800. So we have written 800. Now change in stock. Change in stock is not given here, but you can see closing stock and opening stock both are given here, 20 and 50. So 20 is closing stock and 50 is opening stock. So here closing stock minus opening stock, 20 minus 50, so that becomes 770. 800 minus 30, that becomes 770. This is value of production. This will go up here in the main formula of GVA MP. So 770 minus 500, that is 270 lakh. Now we move further. What we have been asked in the question, that is net value added at factor cost. So we'll calculate net value added at factor cost. It is called NDPFC. In other words, is equal to GVA MP gross value. Always remember that you should write correctly. I have written wrong just because I want to show you that you should not make this type of mistake. If you have written FC at the place of MP, that will completely change your answer. So be very careful while writing this. GVAMP. Now you need to convert gross into net. So minus depreciation, and you need to calculate market price into factor costs. So minus NIT. Okay, now GVA, that is 270 lakh, minus depreciation. Depreciation, if you see here, it is given 30 lakh. So minus 30 minus NIT. NIT is indirect tax minus subsidy. If we see indirect tax, subsidy is given here 40, indirect tax, that is not given here, so we calculate it as 0. So minus 0 indirect tax minus 40 subsidies. Okay, 270 minus 30 minus 0 minus 40, that is minus 40. When we solve this minus into minus, that becomes plus. So 270 minus 30 plus 40. So if you solve this, then 270, 40 minus 30, that is 10. So 270 and 10, that is 280 lakh. So net value added at factor cost is 280 lakh. This is how you can solve these questions. What is most important for you is to stick with your formula. Don't move here and there. No need to make any extra effort. What is most important for all of you is to stick with your formula. You will be easily reaching to the destination. You will get the answer. If you don't stick to your formula, if you go here and there, then you will be losing the way. Okay, now we'll solve one more question, that is question number 11 on the same page. Here, calculate gross fixed capital formation from the following data. What is been asked here? Gross fixed capital formation. Now, fixed capital formation, it is calculated when we calculate national income by expenditure method. So, this is the question of expenditure method. Now we see the question: private final consumption expenditure, government final consumption expenditure, net export, net factory income from abroad, gross domestic product at market price, GDP, MP, opening stock and closing stock. Okay, so now we solve this question by expenditure method. You have studied expenditure method. What aggregate you calculate when you calculate the expenditure method? That is GDP MP. GDP MP is given here. Okay, so the formula of expenditure method is GDP MP is equal to private final consumption plus government final consumption expenditure, then plus gross fixed capital formation plus inventory investment plus net export, that is import minus export. So we'll solve this question. Net export, that is export minus import. Always remember that you should write the formula correctly. There should not be any confusion with you in writing formula, in writing the numbers, otherwise you will commit mistake. Okay, so GDP MP. Now we should see GDP MP. If it is given here, gross domestic product at market price 2500. Okay, so 2500 is equal to private final consumption expenditure, that is 1000, and government final consumption expenditure 500. So 1000 plus 500 plus gross domestic fixed capital formation. Gross fixed capital formation plus inventory investment. Now if we see, inventory investment is not given here, but opening stock and closing stock are given. So whatever the changes in the stock is, that is called the inventory investment. So opening stock was 300 and closing stock was 200. So that is closing stock minus opening stock, that is inventory investment. So 200 minus 300. Okay, then plus net export. If we see, net exports is given, that is minus 50. So minus 50. Okay, now what we do here, that we take all these on the opposite side. So what we find here, that gross fixed capital formation is equal to 2500 minus 1500. 1500 we take it here, so it becomes minus 1500. Then 200 minus 300, that is minus 100. Now it goes to this side, so it becomes plus 100. Plus into minus, that is minus 50. It goes to this side, so it becomes plus 50. That is minus 1500 plus 100 that is minus 1400. Okay, we do it in another way. 2500 plus 100, 2650. So that is 2650 minus 1500. So it is 0, 5, 1 and then 1 rupees 1150 crore. This is the gross fixed capital formation. If you have given some more, you should not look for that. You should not concentrate for that in what is given in the question. What you need to do, you need to learn the formula well. You need to understand that how to apply the formula, what to do with the formula, and stick to your formula. You will be getting answer. There is nothing much difficult in it. It becomes difficult when you leave the formula and you go to solve in any other way, then it creates problem for you. So this is there. We have solved 2 questions today. Now this is your turn to practice. I'll give you question number 12, 13, then 14, 15, 16, 17, all these questions are solved in the book, so you can practice. You can take help from book also. Maybe the method of solving is different. We need to solve with our method, and if you have any problem, you can contact us. Next time when we meet, we'll start from first question on page number 115. These questions are not given solved here, that the solution is given here at the back of the book. So we need to solve this type of questions as well, and understand and learn to calculate national income. Many type of questions are given here. Questions from NCERT books are also there, that also we solve. You will be daily, you will be getting some questions to solve from home, maybe 4, 5, maybe 10. You need to go through and you need to work hard for that. This is the time when you can learn it very easily. because you are not having much burden of study. So work hard, prepare it well, and when we meet next, we will start from the first question on page number 115. Thank you very much.